Even though history never repeats itself, it is inaccurate. Ancient city finish. Where are you now living beneath the Earth's crust? However, unoccupied cities can be discovered well beyond where the fictional buffalo roam. We're talking some of the planet's most remote areas, even Antarctica. Their abandonment stories are as varied. Villages collapsing amid earthquakes and volcanic eruptions, entire cities evacuated following nuclear disasters, and towns taken over during wars. And yes, some of them do read like scenes from a John Ford film. Many factors characterize a city, from its flood and culture to its inhabitants. But what happens if you take everything away? Check out these 5 abandoned cities from around the world to discover. Starting up at number 5. Pyramiden, Svalbard, Norway. Here's how it goes. Pyramiden is an abandoned Soviet coal mining settlement on the Norwegian archipelago of Svalbard, which has become a tourist destination. Svalbard, located halfway between mainland Norway and the North Pole, is home to around 2,145 people, 1,000 polar bears, and one really terrifying ghost town, Pyramiden, called for the surrounding pyramid-shaped mountain. Pyramiden rose to prominence in the 1930s when the Soviets acquired control of the area's coalfields and began mining activities immediately. Following World War II, they began to invest more money in the industry, constructing clinics, cafeterias, and residences in the block-style form typical of Soviet-era architecture. However, the coal mines here were never lucrative. The most devastating blow came in 1996 when an aircraft going from Moscow to Svalbard crashed en route, killing all 141 passengers, many of whom were Pyramiden locals. Morale suffered as a result of the tragedy, and the facility was completely abandoned in 1998. What about the site today? Smithsonian Magazine's Rachel Newer said it perfectly. It was as if several hundred individuals had abruptly stopped what they were doing and just walked away. Next up at number 4. Hashima Island, Japan. Between the years 1887 and 1974, this southern Japanese island that spans 16 acres and was formerly used for coal mining under the sea 9 miles off the coast of Nagasaki was at the height of its economic success. And then, with the rise of petroleum usage, it evaporated. The structures are still there, but the people have gone on to other places. Having been designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Historical Site in 2015, it is possible that this island could soon enter a second chapter in its story. Next up at number 3. Oradour-sur-Glane, France. On June 10, 1944, a German-led murder took place in this community, which was controlled by the Nazis. The massacre resulted in the deaths of 642 of the area's population. In spite of the fact that a new hamlet was constructed in the area after the war, Charles de Gaulle, who was serving as president at the time, took the decision to conserve Oradour-sur-Glane in its entirety as a memorial. Next up at number 2. Kolmanskop, Namibia. This is how it went down. The town of Kolmanskop was once a center of diamond mining and luxury in the year 1908, but you wouldn't know it by looking at it today since it has fallen on hard times. But as soon as those who just lived there during the summer found additional diamonds to the south of Kolmanskop, the place turned into a ghost town immediately. Lastly, at number 1. Bodie, California. Because the phrase ghost town is used so frequently, it is difficult to believe that there is actually one anywhere in the world. But Bodie, which is located in the Sierra Nevada mountain range close to the Nevada state line and is approximately 75 miles southeast of Lake Tahoe, is the real deal. During the time of the gold rush, the town of Bodie, California, which has an elevation of about 8,500 feet, was a thriving center. It is fortunate that it is now a California historic landmark and is administered by the Bodie Foundation, which guarantees that it will be preserved for all time. So, here are the top 5 most desolate cities in the world. If you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below. And see you next time. Peace.